And good morning, everybody. My name is Mike Rudd, and I teach yoga. Oop, watch the balance here. That's what we're here for. I teach yoga around the country, and I'm doing a series of power yoga classes for the All People's Fresh Market community. I teach a live class right now, Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Eastern time, and I love volunteering in the market. So one of my goals is to be able to give a variety of different yoga classes. So I'm teaming up with All People's. These are power yoga vinyasa classes. So these classes are, we're gonna move, we're gonna sweat. Well, maybe I won't because I'm standing outside and it's really windy where I am. Hold on here. And that's really it. So I'm gonna take you through a 60-minute vinyasa power flow. Once again, if this is not something you're used to doing, be careful with your body. Listen to your body. Don't attempt every pose if you haven't done them before. Listen, take care of yourself. Not trying to intimidate everybody, just trying to put a little disclaimer on there. At any time, if you feel pain, back out of a pose. So I'm going to take us through this class, and it's going to be fun though. So find your way to a comfortable seated position, or as I am right here, sitting up on my knees, sitting back on my heels. And we're just going to take a few minutes here to come into class and find our breath. The Ujjayi breath is inhales through the nose, filling up like a balloon to the crown of our head, and exhales through the nose. Let's take 5 rounds of this Ujjayi breath here. Bringing in our theme. I'm actually recording this class today on Thanksgiving. Bringing in our theme of gratitude and thanks, not just on that day, but every single day. For the beautiful land that the Native Americans lived on for so many years, working with them now to be able to recognize the gratitude and maybe the real story behind what happened, and being able to work together to right the wrongs. Inhales through the nose and exhales through the nose. Finding that gratitude to be able to breathe and be on your mat. Two more rounds of breath. And the next exhale, we'll bring our hands to heart center, beginning class with the sound of Om. If that's not comfortable for you, simply listening to the vibration through the phone, inviting in light and love and energy, and sending it out to all those who need it. Om. Rolling into our tabletop position, beginning class with some cat-cows and some core work here. Inhale, belly down, gazeless for cow. Exhale, curling in for cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Let's take 5 more rounds of these. All the while creating that Ujjayi breath, giving thanks, feeling gratitude to be able to be on our mats and find our breath. One more round. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, gaze looks over the left shoulder. Holding. One more round of breath. And then coming out, gazing over the right shoulder. Coming back to center. Left leg extends long. Right arm extends long. And we're going to go elbow to knee. Squeezing in for 5 rounds here. All the while breathing. Inhale, squeezing in. Exhale, releasing. Inhale, squeezing in. Exhale, releasing. 3 more. That will actually be 6 instead of 5, sorry. And on the next exhale, left foot to the mat, right hand to the mat, left arm sweeps up. Modified Vashisthasana. Long, smooth inhales, long, smooth exhales. Coming back to center, switching sides. I'm just moving my mat around, getting comfortable. Round of cat-cow before we switch sides. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Right foot extends long, left arm extends long. 6 rounds of elbow to knee. And on the next exhale, left hand to the mat, right foot to the mat, modified Vashisthasana. Coming back to all fours. Inhale, cow. Exhale, pressing into the toes, lifting up, downward facing dog. 5 rounds of breath here in our first down dog. And the next exhale, walking, stepping, or hopping top of the mat. Inhale, hands to shins, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, folding in, clasping opposite elbows, swaying back and forth. On the next exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale, sweeping the arms up high, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms sweep up. Left hand grabs right wrist and a side bend over to the left. We're going to make 5 semicircles here. Squeezing the core as we come down and around and back up. The slower you go, the harder it is. Squeezing that core. Three more rounds. Warming up the side body. One more round. And coming back to center, letting it all go. One audible exhale here in mountain pose. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, right hand around left wrist. Side bend over to the right. 2 rounds of breath here. Now beginning our circles. Once again, squeezing that core. The slower you go, the harder it is. Challenge yourself, push your edges, but no need to find any pain. One more round. And coming back up to heart center. Moving through some sun salutations now. Before we begin, when we move from Ardha Uttanasana, the halfway lift, stepping back to plank pose, you have a variety of choices and options here. You can hold plank. You can move into side plank. You could lower knees, chest, chin into low cobra. You could do a chaturanga push-up. You could skip it all together and go right to downward facing dog. I'm trusting you to listen to your body. Chaturanga is a very challenging pose. It can hurt your shoulders and cause damage if you don't do it correctly. I actually think holding plank is a great place to be. I'm going to cue your vinyasa, and that means it's your time to move as however you want. So just listen to your body and be smart. Inhale, arms sweep up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, folding in, Uttanasana, hands to mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, stepping back to plank, holding plank, moving through your vinyasa. And on the exhale, lifting up, downward facing dog. 3 rounds of breath here. Ujjayi inhales and Ujjayi exhales. Exhale, top of the mat, walking, stepping, or hopping. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding in. Inhale, sweeping the arms up high. Exhale, folding in, moving through another sun salutation, Surya Namaskara A. Forward fold Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins. Exhale, stepping back to plank. Your vinyasa, your flow, meeting in downward facing dog. 3 rounds of breath here. On the next exhale, coming out to plank. Holding plank, you can lower to your knees. And on the exhale, we're going to lower to forearm plank. Rising back up, high plank. Lowering forearm plank. 2 more rounds. Rising up, high plank. Lowering down, low plank. 1 round of breath here. Lowering up, raising up, high plank, lifting back up, downward facing dog. 2 rounds of breath here. And on the next exhale, walking, stepping, or hopping, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding in. Inhale, arms sweep up high. Exhale, hands to heart center. 1 more Surya Namaskara A. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, folding in. Inhale, hands to shins, halfway lift. Stepping or hopping to plank. Your vinyasa, meeting downward facing dog. 3 rounds of breath here before we move into our high plank, low plank series. And on the next exhale, coming out to high plank. Lowering down, low plank. Holding here for a breath. Rising up, high plank. Lowering down, low plank. Rising up, high plank. Lifting the hips up and back, downward facing dog. 2 rounds of breath. And the next exhale, walking, stepping, hopping, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, folding in, Uttanasana. Inhale, arms sweep up high. Exhale, mountain pose. Lowering down into our chair pose. Holding, squeezing that core in. 2 more rounds of breath here in our chair. And on the exhale, folding in, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to mat, stepping back, your flow, meeting downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot steps forward. Exhale, left heel to the mat. Inhale, arms sweep up. Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Exhale, hands to the mat. Right foot steps back to meet the left. Your vinyasa, meeting downward facing dog. How you get there is up to you. Inhale, left foot steps forward. Right heel to the mat. Exhale, arms sweep up. Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1 on the left side. Exhale, hands to the mat. Left foot steps back to meet the right. Holding, flowing through your vinyasa, meeting downward facing dog. 5 rounds of breath here. On the next exhale, walking, stepping, hopping, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, booty sits back, chair pose. 3 rounds of breath. Exhale, arms sweep up. Hands to mountain pose. Moving through some new flow variations here. We're going to step the left leg back into a high crescent lunge. Arms sweep up. Long, smooth inhales, long, smooth exhales. Hands to heart center on the inhale. Exhale, left elbow, right knee, twisted high crescent lunge. Now we're going to move back and forth here, bringing the left foot forward to meet the right on the inhale. And on the exhale, stepping it back. Doing that 2 more times. Inhale, stepping up, staying in our reverse lunge. Exhale, stepping back. 1 more round. Inhale, stepping up. Exhale, stepping back. Coming back to heart center. Left hand to the mat. Right arm sweeps up for a reverse twist. On the next exhale, right hand to the mat, right foot steps back to meet the left, taking your vinyasa. Ultimately, we're meeting in downward facing dog. On the next exhale, walking, stepping, hopping, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding in, Uttanasana. Inhale, sweeping up high, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, right foot steps back, high crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, right elbow, left knee. Reverse twisted lunge. Right foot still back. We're going to move through, bringing that right foot forward to meet the left and stepping it back here in just a moment. One more round of breath. Inhale, right foot steps up, staying in our twisted chair now. Exhale, stepping back. 2 more rounds here. Inhale, stepping up. Exhale, stepping back. 1 more round. If you fall out, that is just part of life. You're beautiful anyways. Finding your balance, falling out of it is part of the fun. And on the next exhale, coming back to heart center. Inhale, right hand to the mat. Exhale, left arm sweeps up for that reverse twist. And on the next exhale, hands to the mat, left foot steps back to meet the right. Holding plank here, or moving into a variation of side plank for our vinyasa. Left hand on the mat, right arm sweeps up. Switching sides, right hand on the mat, left arm sweeps up. Vashisthasana, side plank. Exhale, left hand to the mat, lifting the hips up and back, downward facing dog. On the next exhale, walking, stepping, hopping forward, lowering down into our Malasana squat. A little bit of playtime here. You can stay in the squat, moving back and forth. If Bakasana crow pose is in your practice, or if you'd like to just practice a little bit of an arm balance, bringing hands to the mat, knees on the triceps, and just playing. Maybe one foot lifts up, maybe the right foot lifts up, maybe just moving back and forth, building a little strength. I'm going to give you about 10 rounds of breath here to just stay in your Malasana squat, go into child's pose, or just move around and experiment. And the next exhale, wherever you're at, meeting back in our Malasana squat. And on the inhale, we are going to slowly rise up. Hands to the sky, bringing the feet back together. And on the exhale, folding in Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, stepping back to plank. Left hand stays down, sweeping right arm up, side plank, Vashisthasana. On the next exhale, right hand to the mat, left arm sweeps up. One more round of breath here. Left hand to the mat, holding plank, lifting the hips up and back, downward facing dog. On the next exhale, walking, stepping, or hopping, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding in. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Stepping our left foot back, left heel to the ground. Inhale, arms sweep up. Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. On the next exhale, right arm straight, right arm forward, left arm back, Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2, 5 rounds of breath here. Gaze looks out over those front right fingertips. On the next exhale, or inhale, right palm up. Exhale, reversing our warrior. Inhale, right forearm, right thigh. Exhale, left arm sweeps up and across the side body. Utthita Parsvakonasana, extended side angle pose. On the next exhale, we'll reverse our warriors again. Right leg straight. Exhale, arms to T. Inhale, hinging forward at the hips, not at the waist. Exhale, right hand to right leg as the left arm sweeps up. Utthita Trikonasana, triangle pose. Don't lock the right knee. Create a little micro bend there. On the next exhale, bending into the right knee, left hand to the mat, right arm meeting it. Right arm sweeps up, twisted lunge. Exhale, right hand to the mat, right foot steps back to meet the left, holding plank with me for 3 rounds of breath, or moving through your vinyasa. And on the next exhale, lifting the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Next inhale, left foot steps forward, right heel to the mat, arms sweep up, Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. I'm gonna just switch sides with the camera, don't mind me. You don't need to do that little dance ditty I just did. Finding thanks, finding gratitude, breathing in, feeling thankful to just be on the mat, able to flow, able to breathe. Exhale, opening up, Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Inhale, left palm up. Exhale, reversing our warriors. Inhale, left forearm, left thigh. Exhale, right arm sweeps out and across the side body. Utthita Parsvakonasana, extended side angle pose. On the next exhale, we'll reverse our warriors, moving into triangle pose. Left leg straightens, arms out to T. Inhale, hinging at the hips, not at the waist, as we pull forward, and that left hand finds the left leg where it's comfortable. Right arm sweeps up. Gaze does not have to be up at the right hand. It can be where it's comfortable. If it causes strain on your neck, moving into a different position, maybe looking at the ground. Long, smooth Ujjayi inhales, finding your breath, even as we flow in this very challenging power class. The breath is everything. That is why we do yoga. And the next exhale, bending in that left leg, right hand to the mat, lifting up off the right heel, left arm sweeps up, reverse lunge. On the next exhale, left hand to the mat, left foot steps back to meet the right, holding plank with me for 3 rounds of breath or moving through your vinyasa. Lifting the hips up and back, finding out down dog. 1 round of breath in down dog. And then lowering knees to the mat. Booty sits back on the heels, finding your Balasana child's pose for 5 rounds of breath. Long, smooth Ujjayi inhales. Long, smooth Ujjayi exhales. Two more rounds of breath here. And on the next exhale, coming back up to our tabletop position. Let's do 2 rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, cow. Exhale, curling in the spine for cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale for cat. Coming back to center. Legs extend long. Holding our plank for 5 rounds of breath. And the next exhale, lifting the hips up and back. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Right foot to the sky. And on the exhale, flipping into our wild thing. And on the next exhale, coming back, 3-legged dog. Right foot steps forward, left knee to the mat. Hands up on the right thigh. Anjaneyasana, low lunge, arms sweep up. And we're going to move through a little variation here. We can stay here. I'm going to move us through lifting back on the right heel for a little low runner's lunge. And moving back and forth between Anjaneyasana and our runner's lunge. If one of these poses is speaking to you, staying there, doing your thing. This is your class. I'm only here doing a little power flow with you. On the next exhale, we're going to lift into that left heel off the mat. And we're going to do a little jump switch or step back, right foot, bringing the left foot forward. Moving into the other side here. Hands coming up on the thigh. And on the exhale, arms sweep up, Anjaneyasana. Lifting onto the left heel. And then sweeping those arms up. Moving back and forth through this flow if that is speaking to you. If not, just holding one. That's a great place to be too. One more round. hands to the mat, lifting up off the right heel, left foot steps back, moving through your flow, your vinyasa, maybe a couple rounds of side plank on each side with that right arm sweeping up, switching sides. Hands to the mat, lifting the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Finishing our sequence in the backwards fashion. Inhale, left leg up, three-legged dog, and flipping into our wild thing. On the next exhale, coming back to three-legged dog, lowering to our downward facing dog, lowering forearms to the mat, clasping hands, and just beginning to move through a little dolphin's pose here, moving back and forth, squeezing that core. Forearms on the mat. Long, smooth Ujjayi inhales. Long, smooth Ujjayi exhales. On the next exhale, hands back on the mat. Walking, stepping, or hopping top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding in Uttanasana. Inhale, arms sweeping up high. Exhale, folding in. Stepping back to plank. Finding your vinyasa. Meeting in downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Maybe taking some hip circles here if that feels good. Exhale, right foot steps through. Left heel to the mat, sweeping up, Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. On the next exhale, hands come to heart center, shifting that gaze forward, lifting up off the left heel. We could stay here in your high crescent lunge, hands to heart center, or if you want to do a little lift off into Virabhadrasana 3, Warrior 3, bring that left foot forward just a little, maybe just getting on the tippy toes, maybe lifting up, and then if you want, moving back and forth between our high crescent lunge and a little Warrior 3. One more round wherever you're at. Exhale, hands to mat, jump switch, and we'll sweep up that left foot into our three-legged dog, making some hip circles here. That feels comfortable. Exhale, left foot steps forward, right heel to the mat, sweeping up, Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Hands to heart center, lifting up off that right heel. Staying here if that's comfortable. If you'd like to move through the Virabhadrasana 3 to high crescent lunge sequence with me, bringing that right foot forward just a little bit. Maybe just staying here on the toes or lifting off. Hands to mat, left foot steps back to meet the right, holding plank for 2 breaths or moving through your flow. Lifting the hips up and back. Inhale, left leg, 3-legged dog. And on the exhale, bringing the left shin across the front short edge of the mat, moving into pigeon pose here for our outer left hips. If pigeon is not comfortable on your knees, moving into a number 4 hip opener on the seat is a great alternative option, whether that's laying down on your back or sitting up. Staying here, hands up or lowering the forearms to the mat. Breathing into this hip opener. Sinking in, finding our thankfulness, finding our gratitude. Staying here, or if you like, if it's in your practice, lifting that left leg up for a little bit of a quad stretch. Taking 3 more rounds of breath here, really sinking in, giving some love to our hips. It's always the number 1 most requested body part we work on. On the next exhale, however you want to get there, you could move through a vinyasa to switch the other side. You could simply bring that right leg around and let the left leg back. I really kind of like going back up into a 3-legged dog. Maybe coming forward. Right leg to the sky if you're up here with me. Right shin across the front short edge of the mat. Taking a few rounds of breath here to get settled. Once again, one side is not the same as the other. One side of pigeon pose may be great, and the other side you want to do number 4 hip opener. It happens. Do your thing. Take care of your body. Take care of yourself. Moving down to the forearms if that's comfortable for you, and sinking in here for a few rounds of breath. If the quad stretch is in your practice and you like to do that, taking that, or just staying right where you are. On the next exhale, letting that left leg go long, stepping back into plank, maybe lifting the hips up, letting that 3-legged dog, maybe a hip circle. One final chance for a vinyasa if you want it here. Lifting up, downward facing dog. Hopping through or lowering the knees to come to a comfortable seat. Legs extend long. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, folding in, hands underneath the calves or on the shins. One of 2 rounds of Paschimottanasana we're going to do here. Not compromising any length in the back. Coming back out. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, folding in. Maybe this time hands come close to the ankles or peace fingers wrap around the big toes. Two more rounds of breath here. And the exhale, walking the hands back out. Inhale, left leg in. Exhale, right arm up. Inhale, gaze looks out to the left. Exhale, right hand around left knee. Exhale, coming back to heart center. Left knee to the mat. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, folding over that right leg. Janu Shashasana A. Exhale, hands walk in. Switching legs. Left leg extends long. Right leg extends in. Right sole of the foot to the mat. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, left arm around right leg. Right knee. Exhale, coming back to center. Right knee to the mat. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, folding over. Left leg, Janu Shashasana A. Exhale, walking the hands back in. Right leg extends long. Sitting back on our glutes. Arms extend long. Staying here. Or if you'd like to lift up into Navasana, boat pose with me. Legs can be extended long or knees could be bent. Core is squeezing in. And we're going to move back and forth between low boat and high boat here. So inhale, lowering down, low boat. Exhale, coming back up to our Navasana high boat. Lowering down, low boat. And exhale, rising up, high boat. Sweeping the knees down, rolling over the knees, stepping back into our low forearm plank, holding here for 3 rounds of breath. And on the exhale, forearms to the mat, Sphinx pose here. Shoulders above the elbows. Finding a bit of a back bend here. Hands can be clasped together, forearms can be straight. And on the next exhale, lowering down, windshield wiper in the legs back and forth. Second back bend of your choice here. Shalavasana, arms long, lifting up legs and arms. Gaze looks forward, no strain in the neck here. And on the exhale, lowering down, bringing those knees up, windshield wiper in the legs. If you'd like to take Sphinx pose again or Shalavasana again, or you could clasp the hands around the outer edges of both feet. Inhale, forehead to mat, and exhale, lifting everything up here. This is Power Yoga. I told you. Hope you're listening to your body, taking care of yourself. Yoga is a way of life, not just a flow. What we can do right now, breathing, hopefully we can take off the mat and spread the joy and the gratitude around the world. On the next exhale, if you're still up here with me, lowering down, lifting up and back, child's pose, 3 rounds of breath. Exhale, coming back up to table. 1 round of cat-cow. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Lowering on to your back. Rolling the legs around if that's comfortable for you. Continuing that Ujjayi breath. Bringing our legs up. Soles of the feet to the sky. Maybe rounding the ankles here for some ankle circles. This is a supported shoulder stand. I'm staying here. I hurt myself more moving into regular shoulder stand. However, if that is in your practice, be safe, be smart. I'm going to give us 10 more rounds of breath here. And on the next exhale, lowering into happy baby, hands clasped around the outer edges of both feet, massaging the low back by rocking back and forth. Bringing knees into the chest, squeezing in. You've done a great job today. You've worked hard. Now it's time to rest, giving your body the rest it needs. And on the exhale, letting the legs go long, letting the arms go long, moving into your Shavasana. Eyes can close. If you prefer, legs against the wall, if you have that access, that's great. If you prefer a seated meditation as well, knock yourself out. This is your class. I'll bring you out of Shavasana when it's time, taking us through a sound bath during our rest. If you'd like to stay in Shavasana for a little bit longer, just hitting the pause button or knocking the sound off, be my guest. If you'd like to come out and close practice with me, fluttering the eyes open if they are still closed, making some small movements, wiggling the fingers, wiggling the hands, maybe making some wrist circles. Knees into chest, maybe a good morning stretch, good evening stretch, middle of the night stretch, depending on when you're taking this class. Rolling over to one side or rolling back and forth to a comfortable seated position. Bringing hands to heart center. I bow in reverence and amazing gratitude to you for going through such a hard physical power flow. May we nourish our minds, our bodies, and our souls on the mat so that we can take what we do on the mat off the mat and spread that light and love and gratitude to the whole world. I'm thankful for you for taking this class online. I'm thankful to All People's Fresh Market for the opportunity to teach here. The light in me bows and honors the light that shines in you. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste. Thank you so much. Once again, this was Mike R., yoga teacher and All People's Fresh Market cooking class instructor and market volunteer. I love everything happening there. More yoga coming, more power flows, more meditation. Join me on Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Eastern time for a live slow flow. And listen to your body. Keep giving thanks. Keep breathing, my friends. Also, I am on Instagram at the Mike Rudd. I teach some HIIT meditation classes. That's high intensity interval training mixed with a little yoga. They're free on Instagram Live if you ever want to take those. Until next time, peace, friends. Namaste.